Well, I've come here to Alan Jarvis's Mill Race Stables to find out about a new therapeutic system for horses. Let's go and investigate a bit more.
The Quinergy system was invented by clinical scientist Dr. Roberto Chaff. There are two main delivery systems for the therapy. The blanket, which can be used for warming up, cooling down and specific injuries, and the cradle, in which the horse stands whilst receiving full body treatment. The Quinergy system has been installed for a long-term assessment at the successful flat racing stables of Alan Jarvis, who has found the therapy to be highly beneficial.
So Alan, what benefit has the Qequine system been for you?
It's been remarkable, really. The first horse we tried, and I was a bit dubious, to be honest. You know, like you get a lot of these sort of things pushed at you. But we had a very difficult, nervous horse that you couldn't even get saddled at the races. You used to have to get permission to saddle him in the stables. He was that highly strung. And he had basically a couple of treatments, and he just changed character completely. You know, he's won a couple of races and done really well since.
And just looking around your stables, you've got a lot of young horses here as well.
Yeah.
Surely it must really help with them.
Oh, it does. You know, I mean, all young horses get minor sort of back problems and pulled muscles and things like that, and we found it enables us to get them back into work pretty quickly. You know.
And as well, a lot of flat horses, and I see, as I say, you've got a lot of yearlings,
Yeah.
they get a little bit jarred up, don't they, and sore shins and what have you.
Yeah, they do. Again, it helps them a lot. You know, we seem to get them back into work a lot quicker than we used to.
And I also heard a story about a horse of yours that wasn't keen on going into the stalls, and then you put the rug on the horse and it seemed to relax him.
Yeah, well, it does definitely affect their temperament. You know, if they're highly strung and sort of a bit hyper, it definitely calms them down. As I say, this particular horse we had, I mean, what happened, he won as a 2-year-old and probably had quite a hard race. And the first time he took him racing as a 3-year-old, he was absolutely dripping with sweat and went ballistic when we tried to saddle him. Second time, he was sort of just as bad, and it became nearly impossible to saddle him at the race. He used to sort of rear up and, you know, go absolutely crazy. So Roberto told me, you know, that the machine could alter his mood, and I thought, yeah, what a load of rubbish, you know. And I mean, literally the horse, when he put it on, he was sort of, you know, all like this. And within 10 minutes, he'd sort of dropped his head and looked a lot more relaxed. And to be honest, he only ever had 2 treatments. And from that day to this, we've never had, I mean, it sounds ridiculous, but we've never had a problem with him.
The Quinergy blanket can be used for a variety of purposes. Here we see a horse that is being warmed up before a piece of work on the gallops. The horse has recently experienced some muscular problems, and on this extremely cold morning, the blanket will ensure that the horse will be ready for her exertions. Stretching out effortlessly on the gallop, she gave the trainer's son, Tim Jarvis, no cause for concern during her workout.
Tim, this is a filly that's had her problems, but she looked very relaxed this morning.
Yeah, last time Jamie Spencer rode her, she was hanging badly to the right. Today she's gone up there lovely, very relaxed, and a lot better.
That seems to be the key, doesn't it? With
Yes.
this rug, it seems to relax horses.
Definitely makes a big difference.
And as well, she seemed to be stretching out very nicely.
Oh, moving really good, moving very nice. Yeah, nice on the bit, relaxed, as you want a racehorse to be.
So Roberto, exactly what does the rug do?
What the rug actually does is it actually warms the muscles prior to actually exercising. So it's kind of like when we get ready for a run or a jog, we tend to do some stretches and an exercise program to loosen up and get blood flow to the area and heat up our bodies ready for a complete exercise.
So what is the science behind the system? The blanket has a sensor that receives instructions from a handheld command module. There are many different areas of the horse that the blanket can treat, and the particular areas for therapy are selected on the touch screen. Waves of energy then spread through the selected areas, working the muscles and increasing blood flow around the particular zones, the equivalent of a workout standing still. The therapeutic benefits radiate throughout the selected areas, and eventually, if desired, the whole horse can be warmed up by this process. Whilst the blanket is a portable device that can be used at the stables, during transit or at the racetrack, the cradle is a fixed therapy system for a horse that perhaps requires a more vigorous workout or diagnostic check. This compact unit is easily accepted by most horses, and once inside the cradle, a water supply is required to fill the unit to around knee height. The Quinergy system then sets to work.
Well, Roberto, he walked in absolutely fine. What's exactly happening?
What we're actually doing is actually sending the signal up all the legs and firing up all the muscles, oscillating them and making them move. So we're actually creating an internal massage.
I think the funny thing, actually just watching, I can just see on his shoulder that the muscles are actually contracting here. But I thought the interesting thing is because the water's only coming up to knee level, how can it be that the muscles are reacting further up the body?
Well, what we're actually using is the motor neuron stimulator. So what we're basically doing is going up the nervous system, up to the spinal process of the horse, to the lower back, up the neck, and obviously to the brain. I
know you told me before, but I wasn't 100% convinced. But you actually watch him, and the horses just seem so relaxed and calm. And
yes, it is, and the reason for that is it's like us. When we have a bath, a nice warm bath, or we have a massage, we actually feel good after. So it's a well-being feeling that we just want to just be so relaxed.
And so I suppose the benefit is that he's actually working hard and not putting any strain on his body.
That's right, yeah. So each joint, really, all the muscles are getting stronger, they're strengthened to help each joint. So what we're doing, we're actually preventing any possible injuries that may happen in the future.
And picking up potentially where there are some injuries.
And as well, yes, it's also a diagnostic, not just a therapeutic. So the diagnostic side is what we'll do is if we do have an adverse reaction, we definitely know that there could possibly be either a tendon problem or a tear in a muscle.
And how long would they have to stay in here?
They'll probably stay 10 to 15 minutes maximum, that's all. And it's a general workout, like as if they're going on a run.
Okay, Roberto, well, he's been in there 10 minutes and he seems very, very relaxed. Now, he's a horse that had problems with his shoulder here.
That's right, yes. What it was all tight, tense. It's about like when we have a neck and shoulder injury, what's happened is what we've done is oscillating, and as you can feel and actually see, the muscles nice and tender, relaxed.
He feels, can't you?
Yeah. As you can see here, we've also got areas of build. Look at the soft and tender that is there. That's nice and warm, good blood flow, good circulation to the area, which obviously then the horse will have a much better stride and stretch.
The Quinergy system has many benefits for all of those involved in the training and care of horses, including others who help to treat them.
Well, Jonathan, we've seen what the cradle can do and how relaxed horses are, but for you as a chiropractor, what use is it for you?
Well, there's a number of reasons it helps me. One is that the horses, as you say, are in a relaxed state. If they're relaxed and calm, they're much easier to deal with, easier to work on. And if the muscles are nice and relaxed, then the actual manipulation is a lot easier to carry out. The adjustments take less effort and are less uncomfortable for the horses to receive.
And with competition horses, they're invariably getting problems with their pelvis or their back. I presume when it's more relaxed, you can actually get to the relevant areas.
That's absolutely right. You know, we're talking about big bulks of muscle, very big, strong, rigid animals. And if the muscles are relaxed right down to the core, they're much easier to adjust.
Well, they say there's no substitute for time when horses are healing, but fun enough, in this instance, there is.
Yeah, no, it certainly seems that way. I'm sure the circulation is increased, and therefore the healing processes that take place occur much quicker, and the horses seem to respond to the treatment more effectively.
Alan, being here this morning, I've learnt an awful lot about the whole system, but you as a trainer, it must be a great help.
Oh, it is. As I say, I was very sceptical at first because you get a lot of things, you know, that are all wonder treatments, and most of them, you know, might have minor effect, but not usually anything serious. But this has been groundbreaking, you know.
And what I like as well, it's not too technical. You as a trainer can just understand and watch your horses and learn from them.
Exactly, yes. I mean, you've got the machine that they go in with the water, and you've also got the rug, which is very useful if they're going racing and just need a bit of treatment on the way in the box. You can actually treat them on the way to the races to loosen them up and that, you know.
So in short, Alan, you as a trainer, it's been a real breakthrough for you.
Yes, it has. It's made my job a lot easier, and I'm amazed at the results.
Qequine's Quinergy systems, the scientific approach to optimising equine health.